Who is the Transfiguration for? Jesus didn't need to be transfigured for his mission to continue. Jesus didn't need to be transfigured to give him the strength to go towards Jerusalem, to go towards Calvary. So if it's not for Jesus, who is the Transfiguration for? Primarily, the Transfiguration is for the church. And we have the representatives of the church there, Peter, James, and John. And all of us, in a mystical way, we are present to the Transfiguration as well, where we're called to hear that voice from God coming and reminding us to listen to Jesus. That life is not just about the physical, that there is something deeply spiritual about us, but especially about Jesus. And that Jesus wants to lift us from the focus on just holding on to the physical to recognize that there is something transcendental, something deeply spiritual about all of us. And this we see present when Jesus transcends. The body becomes united entirely with the supernatural, where he comes to radiate from within him. Normally light comes from outside of us to light up what we're wearing or to light up our features. But here we have the light coming from within. St. John talks about Jesus as the light of the world. This light that comes within Jesus to shine out, not to come from outside, but to come from within. This is what the beauty of God is. It's not just something external, it's something very internal. This light that's within. As Christians at the Easter Vigil, we light a candle and we reclaim the light of Christ with the exultet. And that's not just a light that's out there in the world. It's a light that's dwelling within us. We're called to be transcendent, and we do that by listening to Jesus. We're called to listen to the Old Testament, and this is why we have Moses and Elijah who appear, reminding us to read the Old Testament, to love the Old Testament, and to find the light of Christ shining from this Old Testament so that we can be more deeply in a relationship with Christ. Let us love listening to Jesus. Read passages like this over and over again. If you don't have a Bible or a Bible app or a lectionary with the readings for the day, I encourage you to get one. To read over the scriptures again, maybe throughout the day. Come to Mass in the morning, which is a great thing, but maybe read the scriptures at lunchtime or just before you have your evening meal. Read over the gospel again, to allow the gospel to continue to speak to your life, to listen to these words of Jesus. Peter, James, and John didn't know how to react. Peter initially thinks, isn't this wonderful? They've come for a picnic. Or they've come for camping. Let's make some tents for them. Very practical thinking from Peter. He wants to preserve this experience for another few days. But that's not what this is about. Sometimes the experience of God are only these immense, intense experiences of God are just momentary. And then what we're called to do, after we've had these very close experiences of God, we're called to listen. To not talk, but to listen. Let us love and let's learn to listen to the voice of God. This is my beloved Son. This is my Son, the beloved. Listen to him. As we enter now into our Eucharistic prayer, let us open our hearts, both physically but also spiritually, to listen to the presence of God that comes and will come to us through our Eucharistic celebration. This is my Son, the beloved. Listen to him.